Ever, you've done a stupid thing. What's going to happen now? I'm just getting into character.
I don't do stupid things. I do impulsive things.
That's fair. I'll second that.
Do they sometimes have negative consequences? Yes.
Yeah. Are these impulsive things sometimes stupid? Maybe.
Yes.
But they are not inherently stupid.
Kari, could you test your audio?
Could you sample the audio that is mine? Sample it. Sample it now.
You were gonna say, can you sample this, bitch?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Sample these nuts.
Ew.
Sample it.
Got him, dog.
Sample it, daddy.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't choose whether I wanted to say sample it, daddy, or sample these nuts.
I hate you all.
I think both are viable options.
Hi, friends. My name is Jesse Harder, and you are listening to Maple Valley Chronicles.
The city of Maple Valley. Looking at it now, you wouldn't even know this city used to be run by gangs. The good people of this town used to go out every night with the expectation of meeting a grisly end. That was a long time ago, though. Most folks now think of Maple Valley as heaven on earth. It may have cleaned up a bit since then, but don't be fooled by its pretty cleaned up face. Maple Valley is still one hell of a place to live. People in this town still got secrets. They still got vices. And that's just what the sleepers, the people who can't really see the reality of the city, can see. They can't see the reincarnated god riding the monorail next to them, or the blood-sucking creature of the night that they cross paths with every day. That's all covered up by the mist. So yeah, Maple Valley's still got lots of secrets. Some of them dangerous. And if you go pulling at that thread, you might not like what you find. So I guess my question to you is, do you really want to risk losing everything you know to learn what you don't?
Previously, on Misconceptions Maple Valley Chronicles, the book club conspiracists had gone to the spring festival / give-a-thon for the Church of Second Life, trying to figure out just what the Church of Second Life is doing, trying to link it back to this strange duo of murders and deaths at the very beginning of this season. They found a money trail, which something was going on. The church is getting more money than they're letting on about, but with the resources at the Spring Festival, weren't able to really look into it much further. Well, fast forward to the water park. They all showed up at the water park, although for different reasons. Ever to show off to a couple of college kids that had spurned her. Dante, having been invited by his his teacher's aide, Luca Costello, who was going to pose as Ever's date to make said 3 college kids, I don't know. Jealous, yeah, I guess so. And Ada was there meeting with some of the congregants of the Church of Second Life. Well, you all started doing your investigating, everything like that. You saw a baptism of a young youth age child, and you noticed that like this darkness was visibly taken away from this boy as he was submerged. Very interesting. Well, then it was Easter. Ever got super drunk the night before, woke up in a field the day after, and then went back to town for this huge Easter festival. You all were there, all witnessed this, and then Ever kind of let it slip that she had this letter from her mom and a strange clue linked to it. and she wanted to investigate it a little more. So the crew took the hungover Ever to follow this clue, and then you found another clue, another letter, that led you to Harrison's Bridge. But on your way to Harrison's Bridge, you were attacked by somebody on a motorcycle, this helmeted, masked person. They tried to run you off the road. Ada, having transformed into a beast at night, was driving very aggressively and managed to shake off this motorcycle pursuer before you continued your way to Harrison's Bridge. And that is where we pick up this episode.
Holy shit. I'm sober now. Are y'all okay?
I'm fine. I hope the rest of you can handle it.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
What was that? Yeah, I still
It
don't
was
know
a
what
damn motorcycle.
Well, yeah, but why were they after us?
Did anyone get a license plate?
You were the one in the back seat. You couldn't have done something about that?
You don't have any windows back here.
Yes, I do. Do I?
I don't know. It's your
Yeah,
car.
sure.
I don't know.
I'm picturing a Chevy
Yeah.
van with like the two big windows in the back.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing too. No. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot this was your van.
Sure. Okay. I couldn't. The bump hit my glasses and I couldn't see for a second.
The better argument is that I don't have any chairs back there for you.
I also
to
don't have
sit
any
in.
chairs, and all your stuff fell on me. I am sorry. I couldn't catch the license plate.
Should we keep going to the bridge or should we go somewhere else?
I might
David
as well.
already typed up the note, so we have to
Yeah,
go to
might
the bridge.
Might as well.
I'm already on the way to the bridge. Nothing's gonna stop me.
Okay.
Ada has spoken.
Dante, can you be on lookout back there?
Yeah, no motorcycles getting near us.
So, you eventually make your way to Harrison's Bridge, this main thoroughfare between the two halves of the city that are divided by this large river that runs through Maple Valley. You see, it is a stone bridge. It's its main, highway bridge, and there's all this beautiful, stonework on the side, these fleur-de-lis that kind of swirl and swoop and curl on each other all the way across the bridge. It's a very beautiful bridge. And in the middle of it, there is the toll booth that has kind of been set up to pay for, going in between these two places. I will also note that the monorail that goes all around Maple Valley also, well, it doesn't go right by Harrison's Bridge, but it runs, of course, parallel to it. But we kind of see it pass by in the background as you three in Ever's beat-up van pull up to Harrison's Bridge. What do you do?
I am immediately hopping out to check on my truck, on my van.
Okay, yeah. You hop out, run around to the driver's side, the rear, where whoever this was, kind of kicked your van, and you see, pretty sizable dent in your rear fender.
Damn it. I'm gonna have to get that fixed. Is there anything on the side of the van, any scrapes or anything from Ada going onto the...
Oh, yeah. You, run around to the front, and you see, the paint scrapes from where she, smashed into the pylons and the light poles and all these things. It's not, busted up. Your grill isn't... I mean, there's some dents, there's some chips, but it's not like your light's broken or anything like that.
Okay.
I would like to get out and look at the car too, and Ada Beast wants to see if she can get the dent out of the fender.
Mm-hmm. How are you going to do that?
With my muscles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to use my beast mode.
Okay.
That's probably all I have.
Okay. Go and roll 2d6 with a +1, and let's say this is a change to the game.
6.
Okay. You reach up underneath Ada Beast, and you have your hand on the inside of this metal framework, and you start pushing and pushing and pushing, and then you're just not getting enough leverage. So you change your positions. You get into a different position. You go to grab it, and as you're grabbing it, you're just immense strength. The back fender just falls off. You rip that fender off the
Damn
back of
it.
Everett's van.
Stupid fender! And I kick the van.
There are 2 dents in your fender.
Ever, like, looks like she shakes her head and puts her arms up, like, whoa! Stop now! God! Ugh. Thanks for trying. It's okay. You just sped up the process of me replacing the fender. Now the first one's off. Don't kick my van again.
You're welcome. And I'm gonna stomp off.
Dante was standing to the side, just like wide-eyed, like not like.
What are you looking at?
Okay.
I guess let's head to the bridge. Should we walk or drive?
Question out of character, because I don't want to do the voice right this second.
Mm-hmm.
Is the booth manned like 24 hours, like around the clock, or is there like some kind of electronic thing? Like, you know what I mean?
It is, y'all been living here your whole life. You know it is manned 24/7.
Okay.
There is somebody in there.
I want to go to the toll booth, since the clue mentioned toll.
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to start there.
Yeah, I think let's just walk. Let's just leave the car here. Because if we drive, we'll be blocking the road. It'll be a big mess.
Is there a walking path on this bridge?
Yeah, so you can kind of park your car, maybe there's a little park next to the toll booth, and you kind of pull in there, park there, get up on the toll bridge, and start walking along the sidewalk.
I would like to say, as we're walking to the bridge, Everett turns to Dante. Did you see that baptism?
Like on Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was stuff in the water, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I'd forgotten about that. And then when we saw this, oh, it's creepy. I don't want to get in that water.
So you walk across, and the river in the middle of Maple Valley is pretty large. So this bridge is pretty large. So you have to walk quite a ways before you get to the toll booth. But as you do, it is pretty late at night, and there's not a whole lot of traffic on the bridge. So there's not a bunch of cars racing past you as you're walking, but you eventually get there, and you see this toll booth. And you can see there is somebody inside of it. And, the arms are down, blocking traffic from coming through. But yeah, you walk up and you see the toll booth.
I'm going to walk over to whichever side has the window that opens.
Mm-hmm.
And smile. And
the window is thrown open. And this person, this kind of large person with a very square face and a frown, looks out at you.
Yeah? What do you want?
Hi. Yeah, sorry, this is so weird, but do you happen to have a note in there for an Everett, or maybe an Easter egg that's been there for a long time or something?
Somebody roll me a D6 and just tell me what the number is on there.
It was a 2.
A 2. Kevin's status card.
Maybe. Who are you?
I'm Everett. So the note would be for me.
I'm gonna lean over to Dante and be like, how did he not get that?
I don't know. It's pretty obvious.
And Everett's gonna stick her hand into the booth for a handshake. Sorry, Bundt.
He turns from you, and you can hear his little swivel chair swivel. He gets up and walks to this back door, and he opens it up. And as he opens it up, you see a hand come around the side of the booth. But it is not a human hand. And then this big gray hand with huge white and mottled fingernails grips the side of this booth. And you hear this huge, massive weight being lifted out of this booth as you see this troll appear, 12 feet tall, still having the squarish, frowning face of the toll booth worker that was just talking to you. And he kind of lumbers out, his hands dragging on the pavement underneath him. two squat, stubby legs supporting this huge, almost upside-down pear-shaped frame, and this squarish face kind of nestled between two hunched shoulders. As he waddles out, he says, "Everett Bundt."
Yes, Mr. Troll.
Yeah, we have your egg. But you know what? I'm kinda hungry.
Hungry for what?
I don't know. Just hungry. I'll let you have the egg if you give me something to eat.
You want some carrots?
This troll has a Hungry 2 status. If you can find a way to reduce that status, this egg will be yours. But as he says, he's hungry. He's wearing like this kind of loincloth, like a troll would, and he has this corded thick rope tied around his bulging neck. And you see all these kind of knickknacks hanging from this necklace. And in those knickknacks, you see an Easter egg pinned there, jingling with all these like Coke bottles and forks and cards and all this just refuse all hanging around his neck.
I see it. I see it right there. Yeah, if you just...
He shakes his head.
Need to eat first. Been a long shift. Been here for...
And he lifts up his wrist to look at this watch that is just like held together with so many cords, and it's just so tiny on his wrist.
Been on shift for about 20 years now.
Oh my.
Need some food.
Sure, I would be hungry too. And Everett is frantically glancing at Ada and Dante. Mr. Troll, sir, what do trolls eat?
He kind of leans forward, his knuckles digging into the pavement as he leans forward, hunching over you.
Anything.
And his breath, like your hair is just blown back by his noxious troll breath. Just think of, like, when you talk to some old people and they got that smell in their breath? It's this, but even worse. Kari loves old people. She hates this comparison.
Yeah, that was very ageist of you, David.
Well, who else got that stanky ass breath?
Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you're talking to a dog
Yes.
and they have that noxious ass breath?
Yes.
It's this, but even worse.
Thank you.
Everett glances over, like wide-eyed and like smiling still at the troll.
All I have is my canister of blood. Do you think he'll buy it?
No, I don't think he wants blood.
I mean, I think he would, but
say
I think
anything.
you need it.
He did say...
You can't just be giving it up.
You're right. Said I would do better, and I'm already messing up.
Ever pulls her backpack around to the front. And I would like to see if I have any leftover candy or carrots. But yeah, I want to see.
Yeah, roll change the game.
Okie dokie. Necessary items, a time of great need.
Sure. You want to roll change the game with +2. $11. You get a minimum of 2 juice.
Oh, how convenient.
Yes.
I am going to say that as Ever pulls around her backpack, she's like, yes, okay, so, and she just like, and starts pulling out like some loose carrots, some loose lettuce, and then like also some candy. Some of it is in its packaging. Some of it was ripped and is just like the bottom of the bag and some gum. And she like gestures as if she's laid out this beautiful feast. Mr. Troll, sir. Food, and I would like to use my 2 juice to reduce a status.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Look at the card.
Didn't even
That's
look
how
at
you use juice.
That's how you use it. The troll.
That's how you juice it.
The troll reaches out with his huge hand and just scoops all of this up. And he even scoops up some asphalt chips in his hand. And he just clenches all, brings it up to his gullet, and just kind of smears it into his mouth. And you just hear him crunching. And as he pulls his hand away, you can see some of the chocolate kind of smeared on his face. And he says, "That'll do." And he reaches up and plucks this little Easter egg from his necklace and hands it over to you with his 2 fingers.
Everett puts her, cups her hand and puts it out to have him drop the egg in her hand.
And he just puts it in your hand.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kind Troll, sir. Mr. Sir, I'll be sure to bring food another day, too.
Sounds good.
And then he kind of lumbers back behind the toll booth, and you see him disappear. And then you see this regular man in a toll booth worker's outfit with that squarish face walk into the door, close it behind him, and then sit down in that swivel chair and swivel back.
Everett just has very wide eyes. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, could you clear the way?
Oh, sure. Everett looks behind her. Is there a line of cars?
No, there's a car pulling up, but it's a distance away.
Okay. Everett looks at the 2 of you. To the van. Can we go to the van, please?
I'm already there.
Everett jumps in the back. And is here, everybody in the back. And she sits crisscross applesauce, as close to the driver's and passenger seat part of the van that she can. And do y'all get in?
Yeah, Ada Beast is gonna get in as she picks up the fender to put it in the back.
Oh,
She might wrinkle it a little bit when she fists it to put it in.
sure. I don't know. You can leave that. It was probably good to not litter.
Yeah, we needed to not leave it. People will know we've been here. We might not want that.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Okay. Did you get in?
Did I get one?
Did you get in the car?
Yeah, I got in the car.
Okay. Let's all sit down, and Everett sits crisscross. Not forgetting that Ada Beast is likely taller than the van. Okay. Time to open the egg. Drumroll, please.
You open the egg, and inside of it you find a folded up piece of parchment
Yes.
that I'm handing you now.
Okay, alright. Y'all listening?
I did not do a fancy font this time.
Yes.
My dearest Ella. Ooh, Ella's my great-grandma. If this letter finds its way to you, then I may no longer walk the earth as your mother. Oh. Since my mother told me of our family's legacy, I have sought a way to lift this curse from our lineage. We have been chosen to carry a burden of rebirth, spring, and fertility, a burden I would rather not have had forced upon me. My desperate attempts to untangle its grip led me to make a pact with a cunning, fox-like man. I believed that through this transaction, I could break the chains that bind us, restore our family's peace, and shield you from the torment that has befallen us. But my sweet Ella, such dealings are fraught with peril. The man's promise came wrapped in riddles, and I fear that I may have misjudged his intentions. I sought to protect you, yet I now find myself trapped in a web of my own making. Should my sacrifice be the price for your freedom, then I accept it with an aching heart, knowing that my love for you transcends the veil of life. I implore you, my darling girl, to tread carefully upon the path that lies ahead. I wish I could have undone this tangled curse and its hold on our family, but if you are reading this letter, then I have failed, and now my duty has fallen to you. You are linked with an ancient spring ritual of fertility. It will be your duty every year to foster the spirit of hope, renewal, and freedom, even during the times when your spirit is one of dread, failure, and fatigue. My dearest Ella, seek a way to end this curse, a medicine, a prayer, a rite. There must be a way to undo what has been done to us. With all the love I have ever known and all the love that will remain, your devoted mother, Elodie. Next clue. Where the past meets the present, I stand tall and bright. Find the spot where artists unite. Your next clue is hidden where pagans pray.
And so the letter is written on this old ancient parchment, like yellowed and fraying around the corners and the edges. And then the clue is typed up on a new piece of paper, cut with scissors, and placed in here.
Okay. Ever sits back and kind of slumps over. Spring ritual of fertility? My poor great-grandmother. She had to do all of this stuff? Why would my mom tell me this?
Oh, didn't it say it was like a family trait?
Yeah, I guess. You think the curse hasn't ended?
Did your mom have to do any weird stuff?
I don't really know. But we also don't know why she died. I mean, my dad... It was unexpected to me, but it wasn't unexpected to my dad.
What do you mean it wasn't unexpected to your dad?
After she died, he told us that it was okay. She knew this was coming. He knew this was coming. Could the curse have been what killed her?
Did he ever go into, like, any more detail about it?
No. I don't think he knew any more detail. I mean, maybe. I don't know, but... I don't know. It makes him too sad. I can't ask him.
I think you might have to.
Why? What do y'all think? Do you think I have this curse?
A lot of these things seem connected. Like, there seem to be... I don't know.
Didn't an earlier letter talk about the women in the family or something?
Yeah. And this one does too.
You're the only woman in your family at this point, right?
Ever, like, her shoulders drop. Shit. Yes.
I'm going to put my beast hand on your shoulder and kind of like pat you. But it comes across really disingenuous, but it's not.
It's a very sarcastic pet.
Yes, there. Ever's shoulder, like, drops under the weight of the paw. Oh, thank you.
I'll take my hand back.
Okay. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but, like, does this remind y'all of Easter?
The thing it talks about fertility and spring?
Yeah, and it will be your duty every year to foster the spirit of hope, renewal, and freedom.
I guess it does. Yeah, before Easter was what we know as, what we know it as today, it used to be all those things. It should be just, be a festival for spring and fertility and renewal.
And then what?
It just, through time, different cultures adjusted it to meet their needs, and it just became what it is today.
Which is Easter egg hunts?
To some. Yeah.
Ever is sitting. She's now got her knees pulled into her chest and her arms wrapped around, and she's just sitting in thought. I don't remember what I did last night.
You drink a lot.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Do you remember last Easter?
Typical Easter. My brothers and I went to bed early. My mom put on her running shoes. I don't know. Easter nights, it's kind of like, you know how like some families do like Thanksgiving runs? My mom does like an Easter middle of the night run. And we never go with her because we always have to sleep. But so she got ready and went on her run.
I mean, was that a usual thing she did?
Yeah, every year.
Dante's conspiratory brain, it's running, sprinting, like your mom.
I'm not the Easter bunny, right? That would be silly.
It would be.
Okay, cool.
But
You do eat a lot of carrots.
and you
Sure, carrot casserole is the best carrot
you
casserole there is.
did jump off the top of this, bridge thing right before we got here.
What are you talking about? You're
On
talking about the...
on the other bridge.
Oh, well, sure. That's just...
And now that I think of it, do you remember when we went to see Hoyt? You jumped and landed right in front of him.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I mean, I don't jump. I'm just running. It was crazy fast. You should see me in a race sometime.
I think you should talk to your dad. I think he might know more than you think.
I think you might know more than you think.
I probably do.
Well, you heard me?
Hello, friends, and welcome to the mid-roll section of episode 13 of Maple Valley Chronicles. I'm your host, David White, and hello, everybody. I am a two-dad. It's me, your two-dad. I have two sons now. I'm so happy. Kari's doing great. She was a champion through the labor and delivery process. Our little newest son is healthy and happy, and he farts and burps all the time, but we're good. We're all doing great, and I'm very happy. I'm very #blessed right now, and so I just want to give you an update on my life. Life is good, homies. I got two sons. I'm playing Pokemon Pokopia with one son, and the other son is sleeping in my arms, and it's a good life. It's a real good life. I don't know, is that a song? Don't copyright me. Anyways, let's get to some housekeeping stuff before we get back to the episode. Last week, you might have seen a random, quote-unquote, random episode pop up on your RSS feed. This interview with somebody named Duncan Rhodes. Well, Duncan Rhodes, first of all, great guy. Had a wonderful time interviewing him, but he is a TTRPG author and blogger, and he wrote this book called The Creative Game Master's Guide to Extraordinary Locations and How to Design Them. And it's a book all about designing interesting, engaging locations for your TTRPG games. I asked him some kind of general questions about him, his design process, about this book, and then we did a really cool brainstorming session where we used the steps of his book to create a setting, an area, a location for Maple Valley Chronicles. And I definitely am going to keep using this book to design more interesting locations on Maple Valley Chronicles. If you're somebody interested in making your TTRPG settings more interesting, your locations like more gripping, like why are we here? Like there's always a reason to go somewhere in TTRPGs. And if you're interested in that, go listen to that interview and maybe go check out this book for yourself. I said maybe, definitely go check out this book for yourself. And I was very happy to interview Duncan Rhodes. We really haven't gotten an opportunity to do something like that. We did get an opportunity with James D'Amato, who is a personal icon of mine, somebody whose storytelling techniques kind of rubbed off on me and kind of launched this podcast. But we haven't really been able to do this. We're a small podcast. We don't have a whole lot of listeners. We're very thankful for the listeners that we have, but we are wanting to grow our show. We are wanting more people to listen to the show, more people to know about us. And, I think we reached the zenith of our popularity whenever Misconceptions, the original Misconceptions, Season 3 was coming to a close. And we had our second D&D podcast, Sins of the Father, was going strong. And we had a ton of listeners, a ton of patrons. And I think that was, I don't want to say like the heyday of our podcast, but that was where we were at our zenith. And unfortunately, listenership dipped after Tales to Inspire came out, because I loved it, but I don't know if anybody else did. Also, when Sins of the Father discontinued, our listenership obviously went down. Well, we're back, baby, and we want people to know that we're back, and we want people to listen to our show and be aware of the things that we're doing, but we need your help to do that. So could you please share us? You could go review us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to us. It's actually not iTunes anymore. It's Apple Podcasts. I shouldn't keep saying iTunes. Go review us on Apple Podcast, on Spotify, wherever you listen to us. Leave us a little review. It doesn't get us out there more, but it does improve our quote-unquote curb appeal to future listeners, because they're like, ooh, people like this show. Let me see, do I like this show? So leave us a review. That really helps us out. Share us with your friends. Eventually, I want to get some posters made, some little promotional posters to hang up physically in your local gaming stores or your college campuses or what have you, your apartment buildings. And that would be coming, but also just reviewing us and leaving nice things about us and sharing us online. That would really help us out a lot. And, would maybe give us more opportunities to do interviews like we did with Duncan and with James D'Amato. Hey, I'm going to let you get back to this episode. And before I do, I should let you know there's a pretty big cliffhanger at the end of this episode. Oh boy, you're in for it. And if you really hate cliffhangers, you could give $5 a month on Patreon. And then you would be able to listen to episode 14 right now, because unfortunately with our release schedule, the next episode isn't coming out until April 6th. Oh my gosh, that's so long to have to wait. Unless you give $5 a month on our Patreon, you can listen to episode 14 right after this episode. But, I'm not trying to pressure you or anything. It's just how we're able to make this podcast and afford our sound effects and our website hosting fees. And, it's no big deal, anything like that. Anyways, let's get back to this episode. So, you all go your separate ways, the night ends, and I think now would be a good time for a little montage. It feels like you all have some individual threads to investigate, and let's just jump into a montage. How are you going to spend the next few days, or tomorrow, or however long you have before you all reconvene together? Who wants to take the spotlight?
Yeah, I'll say Dante, after his very short sabbatical, sort of like getting back into it. And in that process, I'm like looking up recipes for a casserole. Mm-hmm. So I have to take a casserole to Alice.
Mm-hmm, of course.
As per
Alice.
As per the what is it? The list.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the what is it called? The meal train?
Yeah. So yeah, no, on Tuesday I'm gonna go. Tuesday afternoon. Drop off the little casserole How does that look?
Yeah, so you're wanting to go drop off the casserole. That is what you're wanting your montage scene to be?
Yeah.
Okay. I think this would be a good work the case. So you tell everybody how you do it, and then you get 3 clues, and we can kind of role play back and forth. Like, what kind of questions are you asking Alice? Like, what are you figuring out about what happened to Kari White?
Okay. Yeah, I go in, try to befriend as like someone up, wink wink, newer in the church. They love my casserole. Just FYI.
What casserole did you bring, Dante?
I forgot what I said. Oh, no. chicken plov or something like that. Yeah, I looked it up. Seems exotic. Chicken plov.
Okay. So you show up at Alice and Perry's house. She opens the door and she sees you holding that casserole, and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much. We met at the festival, right?"
Yes. My name was Dante. Dante.
Dante.
That's
My name is Dante.
Yeah. Oh, well, come on in. Thank you so much for bringing this. Do you want me to? Do you want me to take it or?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, well, thank you. And she takes it. Well, come on in. Come in. And she walks into the kitchen.
Yes, this is a montage scene. I don't know if we should.
Yeah, I mean, we can role play it.
Up.
So you're the mechanic wise. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get 3 clues, and we can establish it through role playing. We can establish it through like you asking Alice questions and getting answers. We can establish it by you being like, "I find this thing. What is this thing, and how is it connected?" But yeah, you got 3.
I want to know if there's been anything strange in the last few days now that Perry's been gone. If she's noticed anything different. I don't know, anyone checking the house or anything like that, just anything strange.
So you want to ask her if how do you ask Alice?
Yeah, as we're just chilling, talking, having conversation, I just ask her how have things been with Perry and the whole situation, and
she says, "Well, it has been a little stressful not having him around, but I'm just so thankful to be a member of the Church of Second Life and people like you and everyone else coming by and dropping off things. And when I went down to the MSS building to talk to them, they took me back for questioning to ask me what I knew about everything, and truly I didn't. I hadn't realized anything. But then they showed me all this proof, this evidence. He was hiding weapons in the house, and he had drugs, and I can't believe it. And when we're baptized, and she is speaking to you as someone, of course, who has been baptized. Mm-hmm. When we're baptized, this old life washes away, and I guess it just didn't for Perry. I guess he still had this darkness in him, and he's been hiding it this whole time. I can't believe it.
Can I ask if, with the evidence she was shown, if she, looked around seeing just, the house to see if she found anything proving that, oh, yeah, no, that's true. I found some stuff.
Well, no, they showed me the pictures, but it was of my house, and well, I was just so shocked to have seen all these things and these pictures. But then this very, very kind man from the Criminal Rehabilitation Center walked in. His name was Dr. Worm, and he just told me about all these things, and he talked me through kind of how the criminal mind works and all these things, and then it just kind of made sense. Perry always went to bed after me, and I guess he would stay up and do his dealings then. Oh, it's just, I feel so, to have it happened in my house, I just feel so violated.
Can I, look around and see if there's anything odd or, that's in plain view that's okay, there's something.
Something that would be around the house that would seem odd?
Yes. Or, maybe I haven't learned my lesson. What if I, can make note of how, the door looks and, maybe the locking mechanism to maybe break in and investigate at some point. Wink, wink.
Sure. So you want to like establish that, like there's a way for you to break in later. Sure. You notice like the living room windows, like they have the little bolts that lock the windows in place, and you notice that they are left undone. Obviously, like to open it up, let some spring bear in, and then they lower them down. But you notice that they are pretty rusted, and it seems like they have not been closed in a long time. You could probably enter through those windows at some time.
Okay. Cool.
And she thanks you for the casserole. She sees you out, and then she closes the door behind you. And then we go somewhere else. Where do we go next?
I'll go next. I also am going to be, I guess, working the case. I'm wanting to attend a interest meeting / Bible study for the Second Life Church.
Yeah, Church of Second Life.
Yep, that's the one. I'm assuming that they had some information about it at the water park event. And so the group that I was talking to on that day maybe invited me. And so I'm wanting to go, and I'm really wanting to figure out, like, because in Ada's mind, her need for Second Life is quite a bit more severe than other people's. Like, you know, it's not like minor thing. Like, she turns into this beast and like that feels real bad. Not that she's done bad things as a beast, but like clearly there's something wrong. She turns into a monster.
Yeah, you don't like that.
Right. That's kind of what I'm wanting to do.
Okay. So we work in the case, getting 3 clues. You could also this could be work the case, or you could be exploring your who could ever love a beast
Okay.
mythos. So
well,
like,
I
what are you
think-
doing? Are you getting clues, or are you trying to figure out who could ever love a beast?
I think that in trying to figure out who could ever love a beast, I thought that would be like working the case that is my question.
Sure.
But so I see what you're saying though, and that's what I'm wanting to do.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so you tell everyone at the table which mystery you explore and how you do it. You gain 1 clue with a method and a source based on your description, and you get to mark attention on that mystery's theme.
Okay.
So, you are exploring your mythos, going to this Bible study, who could ever love a beast. You show up at this let's say it's a local restaurant, like a little sandwich shop. You show up at a little sandwich shop, and there's all these people there. They're all gathered. They're all sitting at the table. You show up, and they're just talking about, this week's scripture and what it meant to them and all of this. And you're looking specifically for the answer, who could ever love a beast? And during this conversation, the topic kind of turns to this baptism, this ritual that the Church of Second Life has. And one person is talking about it. She says, before I was baptized, I gave into every depraved thought I had. I spent too much. I drank too much. I ate too much. But then when I was baptized and Pastor Marin walked me into the river, I went under, and I could feel that old life washing away like so much dirt, like so much grime. And when I came out, I was clean. I felt a new purpose, a purpose to help others, to also clean this city. Just like Pastor Marin says, we're cleaning the city, we're preparing the way. And I finally found people who were like me and also wanted to do the same. We were all together in this mission.
Does anybody else have a story that they share about like how bad they were? Or like, is everybody else like, oh yeah, my mom went to church, so I went to church, and I didn't
No,
ever
it seems
do
like they
anything.
all made the decision to convert. One person brings up, the scripture tells us, but there are no depths that his love cannot reach us. There are no chasms wide enough to separate us from his love. And then one person says, yeah, I mean, just look at Harry or Yara Rue. I mean, their life before joining the church was, I mean, I've heard stories. And then somebody says, oh, but do you know they haven't been baptized? And they say, what? They're deacons. They're leaders. Well, I know, it's weird. But I heard that they haven't been baptized. And he says they have to be. If they're a leader of the church, they've got to be baptized. Everyone's baptized in the church. And everybody's like, yeah, of course. That would be silly. That's silly. Yeah. That's what you get. And then I guess after Ada's Bible study, we transition over to Everett. Where are you at?
Okay. I'm trying to separate because that was very interesting information, so I had to get out my brainstorm ideas, but as a player, not as a character. Yeah. So now I've got to switch back. Okay. Ever is still, like, she's parked her van. Throughout the week, she's kind of, like, fumbled her way through her classes, all of that. And anytime that she is not in class, she is sitting in the back of her van, like, going through, reading and rereading the notes, and looking up things on Google, and maybe even having a time where she swings by the Kindled Nook, grabs a few books, and goes to her van. Doesn't even, like, fully engage with Ada, just like a, hey, yeah, thanks, and goes on out. And she's reading everything she can about Easter. I think I want to explore my mythos.
Okay.
Because I don't think I know enough yet to explore the mystery of how can I stay one jump ahead of the curse. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm still trying to kind of figure out the existence of the curse. Still trying to figure out the existence of the curse.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of focusing on why is the universe keeping me alive?
Okay.
And in that, looking through all of these different documents for, like, okay, what is my lineage? You know, maybe Ever's even working on, like, going through her family tree and comparing the notes of, like, oh, okay, so this one wrote to this one. She's got, like, arrows drawn everywhere. She is fully hyperfixated on this task.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're comparing, like, your letters and things?
Comparing the letters, trying to find things that correlate. So, like, ritual of spring, spring ritual, fertility, and looking online of, like, okay, well, what were some past rituals of fertility? And, like, trying to create all of this and looking at who wrote notes to who and all of that.
Sure. And trying to look at why is the universe keeping me alive? Okay. So why is the universe keeping you alive? You're comparing the letters that you have so far, and you're going to classes, just kind of like passing through things. And oddly enough, Dante does do a lesson over the pagan origins of Easter, and you learn that before it was co-opted by the church to be a festival celebrating Jesus's resurrection, it was a kind of pagan celebration of spring and fertility and renewal, and it was like an early spring ritual. And basically it was like, the past 3 months have sucked. Everything has been cold, everything has been dead, everything has been wet, and then all of a sudden, the sun's here, we can regrowth, we can renew. It was this big celebration of renewal and rebirth, as has already been said, and it celebrated some pagan goddess. Dante gives like 3 different names, but they all sound kind of similar to Easter. They were like eventually they were translated into Easter. And so you're kind of thinking about this and these letters, and talking about how you have a duty of renewal and rebirth. And apparently the universe is keeping you alive because you need to do this. You need to complete this cycle of rebirth and renewal, and somehow Easter eggs are tied up in it. although you don't really understand why. But maybe there's a bigger responsibility besides just delivering Easter eggs on Easter morning. But you're not sure what.
Okay.
Go ahead and mark 1 attention on that theme.
I am guessing, like, from what she's looking at, that she understands now that she is the one delivering Easter eggs.
Yes, and I think the way you realize that is you're, like, walking home from school one day, and, or you're walking to your van after classes one day, and you just look up and you just happen to see there is an Easter egg that has been left here since Sunday, and it's just, like, on the 3rd floor of this dormitory, and you're just standing there looking at it. You think, there's no way. You walk past it, and then you walk back and you keep looking at it. You look around, make sure there's nobody there, and you jump as high as you can, and it's just like at the limit of how high you can jump, and you grab it and you come back down. The only person that could have put that egg there was you.
Ever smirks to herself and is, like, nodding, and you just see this, like, mischievous grin and excitement kind of cross her face.
Ever, Chief Carrick gave you a followed 1 status.
Yeah, I've been ignoring that.
Because you've been ignoring it, it steps up to a followed 2 status. Every montage you spend not actively working to reduce that status, it will step up.
That is awesome. I'm gonna make note of that so I don't forget.
Yeah. But I think as the way you notice this is as you're walking around and doing these things, you glance down an alleyway and you see these 2 MSS officers in their navy blue outfits with the black bands around their right shoulder, the gaiters pulled up over their mouths with huge aviator sunglasses above their gaiter, just kind of watching you. And maybe you, like, pull your backpack tighter around you and just keep walking.
Yeah.
We cut from that scene to a different alleyway, another part of the city. People just walking by, cars driving by, peaceful afternoon, nothing to see here. And then we see this teen run out from the alleyway. He runs out. He's breathing heavy. His eyes are wide. He looks around. People are walking by, not really paying attention to him. And then he starts running. He runs out of the shot. But the shot lingers on this alleyway. And then we just see a trickle of water become a bubbling brook of water. A river of water. We just see a tidal wave of water push out of this alleyway. People scream. They're washed away. The cars screech to a stop. And as kind of this confusion clears, people gather around this puddle of water in the middle of the street. And we see 3 teenagers lying in this puddle. Dead. End of episode.
Is it the 3 teenagers who were mean to Ever?
I cannot answer
Were
that.
those teenagers? I thought those were college students.
They got what they got.
No.
They had it coming.
No.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Maple Valley Chronicles. We'll be back with our next episode on April 6th. Are you on Blue Sky? Well, so are we. You can find us on Blue Sky at misconceptionspod.bsky.social. We also have an email. If you would like to contact us that way, you can email us at misconceptionspod@gmail.com. This show is fully supported by the generous monthly donations of our patrons on Patreon. If you would like to join that elite group of supporters and gain access to exclusive content, please consider joining our Patreon. The Misconceptions theme song and mid-roll song were both composed by Aaron Wharton. You can find out more about his music on www.aaronwharton.com. All other music used in this episode was composed by Christopher Thomas Richardson. You can find out more about his music at www.instagram.com/Christopher Thomas Richardson. Ada Belle was played by Kari White. Professor Dante Nyx was played by Gian Ortiz. Everett Bundt was played by Tessa Wolford. And I'm David White, your master of ceremonies. The role-playing game system used in this production was City of Mist, an RPG published by Son of Oak and created by Amit Moshe. And that's it for this week's episode of Misconceptions. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to keep it nerdy, y'all.